Are you tired of feeling stuck in life, always chasing happiness but never quite reaching it? What if I told you that the key to transformation is simpler than you think? Let's break it down in 10 easy steps. Life can feel overwhelming, especially when you're unsure of what's holding you back. But here's the truth: lasting change doesn't happen overnight. It happens in small, consistent actions. Today we're going to talk about 10 powerful steps that can change your life. These aren't complicated theories. These are simple, actionable things you can start right now. You can begin to shift your mindset, habits, and decisions to create the life you've always wanted. So let's dive in. Step 1, take responsibility for your life. If you want to transform your life, the first thing you must do is take full responsibility for where you are right now. I know that can sound like a hard pill to swallow, especially when life hasn't been kind to you. You might think, but I didn't choose these circumstances, and that's true. Life has a way of throwing curveballs, challenges, failures, setbacks, and disappointments. But here's the catch: while you might not be able to control what happens to you, you are always in control of how you respond to those situations. Taking responsibility means accepting that you are the architect of your own life. It means recognizing that your choices, your actions, and your reactions shape the course of your future. It's not about blaming others or pointing fingers at circumstances. It's about looking at your situation, no matter how difficult, and saying, this is where I am, and it's my responsibility to change it if I want something different. You see, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. That 90% is your power. And when you take full responsibility for your thoughts, feelings, and actions, you reclaim that power. Without this mindset, you're stuck in the past, blaming the past, and never truly moving forward. Let's be honest here. It's easy to blame the economy, your upbringing, your boss, your partner, or even society for your struggles. It's natural to want to point the finger and say, it's not my fault. But what does that do? It keeps you stuck. When you blame others, you give them control over your happiness, your success, and your future. You place yourself in the role of the victim. And when you're the victim, you have no power to change anything. Now imagine a different scenario. What if you took full ownership of your life? What if you stopped blaming and started taking action? What would change? The answer is simple: everything. The moment you stop blaming and start accepting responsibility, you shift from being a passive observer in your life to an active participant. You move from victim to victor. But taking responsibility doesn't mean you have to take the blame for everything that's gone wrong. It simply means you stop letting external factors control your inner world. You own your choices, your decisions, and your responses. And when you own them, you can change them. For example, if you're unhappy with your job, taking responsibility means acknowledging that you chose the job, and now it's up to you to either make the best of it or find something better. It's easy to sit around and complain about how unfair your situation is, but that only keeps you stuck. Taking responsibility means you stop waiting for someone else to fix it for you. It means getting proactive, doing what needs to be done, and creating the change you want. Remember, life isn't about what happens to you, it's about how you respond. You can't control the circumstances, but you can control your attitude. And when you control your attitude, you control your actions. And when you control your actions, you control your destiny. This step is where your journey of transformation begins. It's the foundation of everything. When you take responsibility for your life, you take back your power. You stop being a victim and become the creator of your future. So right now, take a moment to reflect on your life. What parts of it have you been blaming others for? What parts can you take full responsibility for today? The good news is, it's never too late. You have the ability to start fresh, to take control, and to begin shaping your life exactly how you want it. But it starts with responsibility. Own your life, and you'll soon own your success. Step 2, cultivate a positive mindset. Now that you've taken responsibility for where you are, the next step is to cultivate a positive mindset. This doesn't mean pretending that everything is perfect or ignoring the challenges you face. A positive mindset isn't about denying reality, it's about facing reality with the belief that you can overcome any difficulty that comes your way. Here's the thing: your thoughts are powerful. They shape your reality. What you think about consistently is what you'll attract into your life. If your thoughts are constantly negative, focused on problems, limitations, or what's going wrong, that's exactly what you'll experience. But when you start shifting your mindset to focus on solutions, opportunities, and gratitude, you begin to change your life in profound ways. Let's talk about this idea for a second. You can't control everything that happens in your life, but you can control how you think about it. Your thoughts create your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your actions. So if you want to change the results in your life, you need to start with changing the way you think. This is one of the most powerful tools you have for transformation. Start by training your mind to see the good in every situation. It might sound simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Even in the most challenging moments, there's something to be grateful for. Maybe you're facing a tough situation at work, but the lesson could be teaching you patience or resilience. Maybe you've encountered a failure, but that failure is showing you how to do it better next time. The more you practice seeing the positive, the more it becomes a habit. It shifts your mindset from a focus on scarcity to a focus on abundance. This is key. The more you focus on what you don't have, the more you'll feel like you're lacking. But when you focus on what you already have, your health, your relationships, your skills, your opportunities, you'll start to see just how much you have to be thankful for. Gratitude is one of the simplest ways to rewire your brain. Every day, take a few moments to reflect on the things you're grateful for. It could be something big, like your family or your health. Or it could be something small, like a beautiful sunset or a kind gesture from a stranger. The more you practice gratitude, the more you'll see how much abundance is already in your life. Now let's talk about the power of reframing. Life is full of challenges, but how you frame those challenges in your mind can make all the difference. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, start seeing them as opportunities to learn, grow, and improve. When something goes wrong, instead of thinking, why is this happening to me, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I turn this situation into something positive? This doesn't mean you won't face difficulties, you will. But it does mean that you'll approach them with a mindset of growth rather than defeat. And this is where real transformation happens. A positive mindset also involves believing in yourself and your ability to handle whatever comes your way. You've got to trust that you have the strength, the resources, and the skills to overcome any challenge. The more you reinforce this belief, the more you'll find that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. Remember, your mindset is the lens through which you see the world. If you're constantly focused on the negative, you'll miss the beauty, the opportunities, and the possibilities that surround you. But when you train your mind to see the positive, you open yourself up to a world of abundance, growth, and success. So how do you start? Begin by choosing your thoughts carefully. When negative thoughts arise, counter them with something positive. When you face a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? And what opportunity does this bring? Focus on solutions, not problems. And most importantly, practice gratitude every day. The transformation you seek begins with the way you think. Shift your mindset, and you'll shift your life. Step 3, set clear, achievable goals. If you want to transform your life, it all starts with clarity. What do you really want? What does success look like for you? Too many people wander through life without ever stopping to think about what they truly want to achieve. They go through the motions, not realizing that without a clear destination, they're never going to reach anywhere meaningful. Setting clear, achievable goals is like drawing a map for your life. It gives you direction, purpose, and focus. Think of it this way: if you don't know where you're going, any path will take you there. But when you set clear goals, you're choosing your path, and you're giving yourself a roadmap to follow. The difference between someone who achieves success and someone who doesn't is often not about talent or luck, it's about clarity of purpose. Start by defining exactly what it is you want to accomplish. What's the vision you have for your life? What do you want to create in your career, your relationships, your health, or your finances? Write it down. It's one thing to have goals in your head, but when you put them on paper, they become more tangible. They become real. And that's the first step toward making them happen. But here's where many people get stuck. They try to jump from where they are to where they want to be in one giant leap. And that's overwhelming. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a series of small steps. Big achievements are simply a series of small wins stacked together. You don't need to have the entire journey figured out right away. Just focus on the first step. Break your big goals down into smaller, manageable tasks. Don't look at the whole picture and think this is impossible instead. Look at it step by step. Ask yourself, what's the next thing I can do today to move forward? This makes the process less intimidating and more achievable. Instead of being paralyzed by the enormity of your goal, you're making steady progress with each small task. Now let's talk about setting the right kind of goals. We've all heard of SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. These 5 elements are the building blocks of effective goal setting. Without them, your goals will remain vague and you'll struggle to stay on track. Let's break down each part of SMART goals. 1. Specific. Your goals should be clear and well defined. Instead of saying, I want to get in shape, say, I want to lose 10 pounds in the next 3 months. The more specific you are, the more actionable your goal becomes. 2. Measurable. You need to be able to track your progress. A goal without a measurable outcome is like trying to drive somewhere without a speedometer or an odometer. You don't know if you're getting closer to your destination. For example, I want to read 20 books this year is measurable, because you can count how many books you've read. 3. Achievable. This doesn't mean your goal should be easy, but it should be realistic given your resources and time. If you set a goal that's too far out of reach, you set yourself up for frustration. Make sure your goal stretches you but isn't impossible. 4. Relevant. Your goal should align with your values and long-term vision. If a goal isn't meaningful to you, you won't be motivated to pursue it. It should be something that excites you, something that pushes you closer to the life you envision for yourself. 5. Time-bound. A goal without a deadline is just a wish. Giving yourself a time frame creates a sense of urgency and helps you stay focused. A deadline encourages action. Without it, you might think, I'll get to that later, and later never comes. Once you have your SMART goals in place, it's time to get to work. But it's not just about setting the goals, it's about following through. The path to success is paved with discipline, focus, and determination. Every small step, every little victory adds up over time. And remember, it's okay to adjust your goals along the way. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and that's fine. Flexibility is key. If you encounter an obstacle or a setback, don't throw in the towel. Use it as an opportunity to learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. Your goals should be fluid enough to evolve as you do. The most successful people don't just set goals, they live them. They wake up every day with the intention of moving closer to their goals. They don't get distracted by the noise of life. They stay focused on what matters. And that's what will set you apart. Here's the final piece of advice: start now. Don't wait for the perfect time to begin. The best time to take action is always today. Start small. Do one thing today that gets you closer to your goal. It could be as simple as reading one chapter of a book or taking a 10-minute walk. These small steps accumulate and, over time, lead to massive transformation. Set your goals, take consistent action, and watch how your life begins to change. It's not the big leaps that make the difference, it's the steady, daily steps toward your vision. Stay focused, stay determined, and remember that with clarity and consistent action, there's nothing you can't achieve. Step 4, master your time. Time is the most valuable resource you have, and it's the one thing you can never get back. No matter how rich or successful you become, you can never buy more time. That's why mastering your time is one of the most important steps in transforming your life. How you use your time determines the trajectory of your life. If you waste time today, you're robbing your future self. Time management isn't just about scheduling, it's about being intentional with how you spend your days. If you don't take control of your time, you'll look back in a few years and wonder where it all went. You'll wonder how the time passed by without you making meaningful progress toward your goals. Start by tracking how you're spending your time. Take a week and record everything you do. Don't judge yourself, just observe. Are you spending hours scrolling through social media, binge watching TV shows? Or are you investing your time in activities that help you move closer to your goals and values? When you track your time, you'll be surprised at how much time you're wasting on things that don't matter. Once you have a clear picture of where your time is going, it's time to make changes. If you're serious about transforming your life, you need to become more intentional with how you spend your time. You have to ask yourself, is this activity moving me closer to my goals, or is it a distraction? One of the most powerful tools for managing your time is learning how to say no. We often say yes to things that don't align with our priorities simply because we don't want to disappoint others or because we feel obligated. But every time you say yes to something that doesn't serve your goals, you're saying no to something that does. Start being more selective about what you allow into your schedule. Say yes to things that align with your vision and your values, and say no to distractions that waste your time. Remember, time is precious, and you can't afford to squander it on things that don't move you forward. Another key to mastering your time is prioritization. Not everything is equally important. Some tasks are critical to your success, while others are just busy work. Learn to identify the most important tasks, the ones that will have the greatest impact on your life and goals. Focus your energy on those and don't waste time on things that don't matter. One of the best ways to master your time is by creating a daily schedule. Plan your day the night before. Write down your most important tasks and focus on those first. The most successful people don't waste time, they have a plan, and they execute it with precision. They don't let distractions or procrastination get in their way. Another time management strategy is to break your tasks into smaller, manageable chunks. Instead of looking at a huge project and feeling overwhelmed, break it down into smaller tasks that you can complete in a day or a week. This makes the project feel less intimidating, and it allows you to make steady progress every day. If you truly want to transform your life, you need to become a master of your time. Time isn't just something that happens, it's something you control. By being intentional about how you spend it, you'll set yourself up for success. So track your time, prioritize your tasks, and remember that every minute counts. The way you use your time today will determine the life you create tomorrow. Step 5, commit to continuous learning. The world doesn't stop moving, it doesn't stop changing. So if you're not committed to learning, you're falling behind. Education doesn't end after school, after your degree, or after you get your first job. The truth is, learning is a lifelong journey. And those who stop learning, those who think they know enough, are the ones who start losing. Life is moving forward, and if you aren't moving with it, you'll find yourself stuck in the past. Think about it. The most successful people, those who consistently push the boundaries of what's possible, are the ones who never stop learning. They understand that knowledge is power. Not just any knowledge, but the right kind of knowledge. Knowledge that helps them grow, improves their skills, and adapts to the changing times. If you want to transform your life, learning must become a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. You don't have to go back to school or get a degree for every skill you want to learn. The world offers endless resources to expand your mind: books, podcasts, online courses, webinars, and workshops. There are so many opportunities to learn and grow, often at little or no cost to you. The key is to make learning a habit. And not just any habit, make it a daily habit. When was the last time you committed to learning something new? I'm not talking about learning a new dance move or a random fact. I'm talking about expanding your knowledge in areas that will actually help you grow. Whether it's learning new skills for your career, gaining deeper insights into your personal life, or understanding how to manage your health better, everything you learn adds value to your life. Don't wait for opportunities to learn to come to you. Go out and seek them. Don't rely on your job or your school to teach you everything you need to know. Take responsibility for your own growth. One of the best ways to start is by reading. Pick up a book on a subject you're passionate about. It could be business, relationships, self-improvement, or history, whatever interests you. But make reading a daily habit. You don't have to read 500 pages a day. Start small. Even reading 10 to 20 pages a day will add up over time. And the more you read, the more you'll learn. And it's not just about books. Learning comes in many forms. Listening to podcasts or watching educational videos can be just as valuable. The world is full of experts who are willing to share their knowledge with you. Seek out those voices. Let them teach you. But learning isn't just about consuming information, it's about application. Knowledge is useless unless you apply it. Don't just learn for the sake of learning. Learn with the intention of making changes in your life. Take what you learn and put it into practice. That's where the magic happens. If you learn something new, try to use it in your daily life. Whether it's a new productivity technique, a new approach to communication, or a new exercise routine, apply what you've learned. The more you apply, the more you grow. Commit to continuous learning, but commit to learning in a focused way. Don't scatter your attention on 1,000 different things. Choose what's important to you and dive deep. You don't need to know everything about everything, but you do need to know a lot about a few things. Become a master in your field. Even if you're starting from scratch, every bit of knowledge you acquire brings you one step closer to mastery. And don't forget about the people around you. Learning from others is one of the fastest ways to grow. Mentors, coaches, and peers, they're invaluable resources. A mentor is someone who's been there before you. They can offer you advice, perspective, and shortcuts that you might never have considered. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, push you, and help you grow. You don't have to go at it alone. And if you don't have someone to learn from, look for opportunities to connect with people who inspire you. One of the most important things to remember is that learning doesn't stop when you reach a certain point. You can never know it all. So keep learning, keep growing. Always look for new ways to improve. Commit to learning not just when it's convenient, but every single day. The more you learn, the more you'll grow, and the more you'll transform your life. In the end, the person you become is the sum of everything you've learned and applied. If you stop learning, you stop growing. So commit to continuous learning. Seek knowledge, apply it, and never stop evolving. Step 6, build strong relationships. We all hear it, right? You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It sounds simple, but it's one of the most powerful truths you can ever apply to your life. Look at the people around you. Are they lifting you up, or are they holding you back? Are they encouraging your dreams, or are they dragging you down into negativity? The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on the life you create for yourself. If you want to transform your life, you must surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and support your growth. The quality of your relationships directly influences the quality of your life. Think about it when you're around people who encourage you, who believe in your potential, and who push you to do better. It's like adding fuel to your fire. But when you're surrounded by negativity, it's like trying to run a marathon with a weight tied to your legs. You've heard the phrase, you become like the people you hang around with. It's true. If you spend time with people who are constantly complaining, who don't take responsibility for their lives, who aren't ambitious or driven, that's what you'll start to become. Your mindset will shift to match theirs. But on the flip side, when you surround yourself with positive, growth-minded individuals, their energy will rub off on you. You'll start thinking bigger, dreaming bolder, and taking actions that align with your highest potential. But building strong relationships isn't just about finding the right people, it's also about being the right person. If you want to attract people who lift you up, you need to be someone who does the same for others. Be supportive, kind, and generous with your time. Be the kind of person who encourages others to chase their dreams, who listens without judgment, and who gives more than they take. When you give value to others, you naturally attract people who are aligned with your values. And relationships aren't just about what you can get, they're about what you can give. The best relationships are built on mutual respect, trust, and support. Whether it's with family, friends, or mentors, take the time to nurture these relationships. Make an effort to show up for the people who matter in your life. Don't let time pass by without investing in the people who matter most. Mentorship is also a crucial element in building strong relationships. A mentor is someone who has been where you want to go. They can offer you advice, guidance, and a fresh perspective on life. Seek out mentors who challenge you, who help you see things differently, and who push you to grow. But remember, being a good mentee is just as important as being a good mentor. Be open to feedback, be willing to learn, and be humble enough to ask for help when you need it. Your relationships will be your biggest asset as you navigate through life. They'll provide you with emotional support when things get tough, new perspectives when you're stuck, and motivation when you feel like giving up. They'll celebrate your successes with you and help you learn from your failures. So invest in your relationships. Be intentional about who you spend time with. Seek out people who elevate you and be that person for others. Strong, supportive relationships are one of the most powerful forces in creating a fulfilling, successful life. And remember, the more you invest in others, the more you'll receive in return. In the end, life is about the connections you make, the people you touch, and the support you give and receive. Build strong, meaningful relationships, and your life will be transformed in ways you can't even imagine. Step 7, embrace failure as part of the journey. Failure. It's a word that scares most people, yet it's an inevitable part of life. Many people spend their whole lives trying to avoid it. They fear it so much that they let it control them. But here's the truth: failure isn't the end of the road. It's a necessary step in the process of success. Every successful person, no matter how accomplished, has failed at some point. The difference between them and those who stay stuck is that they don't give up. They don't let failure define them, they let it refine them. We often hear stories of success, how someone made it big, how someone achieved their dreams. But what we don't always hear are the failures behind those successes. The countless mistakes, missteps, and setbacks that made them stronger, more resilient, and more determined. When you look at anyone who has reached the top, you'll find a story of failure at some point along the way. But they didn't quit. They kept going. And that's the key. Failure isn't the enemy. In fact, failure is your friend. It's trying to teach you something if you're willing to listen. Every time you fail, you have the opportunity to learn something new. You have the chance to analyze what went wrong, to adjust your approach, and to try again. But here's the catch: if you don't embrace failure, you'll never learn from it. You'll just keep making the same mistakes over and over. The first thing to understand about failure is that it's not personal. When you fail, it doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you're incapable or unworthy of success. It just means that something didn't work. The sooner you can separate your identity from your mistakes, the faster you'll move past them. Failure is just feedback. It's not who you are, it's what you did or didn't do. So when you fail, don't beat yourself up. Don't fall into the trap of self-pity or self-doubt. Instead, ask yourself a simple question: what can I learn from this? And be honest with yourself. Look for the lesson in every failure. Maybe you didn't plan well enough. Maybe you didn't take enough action. Maybe you didn't fully understand the situation. Whatever it is, find it, learn it, then apply it next time. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they fail is that they make it the end of the story. They think that because they failed once, they'll fail forever. They give up. But that's not how success works. Success is built on the foundation of resilience. It's about getting back up every time you fall down. It's about looking at failure not as the end, but as a stepping stone. Each failure is just another lesson in the journey. Think about it: if you never failed, how would you ever learn? How would you ever grow? Growth doesn't come from staying in your comfort zone, from doing what you already know. Growth comes from trying, from failing, from learning, and from pushing yourself to do more than you thought was possible. If you don't fail, you're not challenging yourself enough. You're not reaching for your potential. But failure also teaches you something else: resilience. Life is full of setbacks. Things don't always go the way we planned. People let us down, opportunities slip through our fingers, and things don't turn out the way we hoped. But the people who are successful are the ones who can keep going, even when life gets tough. They bounce back from failure, stronger and wiser than before. That resilience is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. So the next time you fail, don't throw in the towel and embrace it. Accept that failure as part of the journey. Learn from it. Use it as fuel to keep moving forward. Remember, success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about how you handle it. It's about your attitude when things don't go as planned. If you can handle failure with grace, humility, and a willingness to learn, you'll keep moving toward your goals no matter how many times you fall. And that is the ultimate key to success. Step 8, take care of your health. Your body is the vehicle that carries you through life. It's the only one you get. And if you're not taking care of it, you're not setting yourself up for long-term success. Success isn't just about achieving goals, making money, or accomplishing tasks. It's about living a full, vibrant life, and you can't do that without a healthy body. When you neglect your health, everything else suffers. Your energy levels drop, your mind becomes foggy, and your ability to perform at your best diminishes. But when you prioritize your health, everything changes. You feel better, think clearer, and have the energy to tackle your goals with passion. Too many people focus on their career, their business, or their goals at the expense of their health. They think they don't have time to exercise or eat right. But in reality, taking care of your health is the best investment you can make in your future. The healthier you are, the more energy you have, the more focused you are, and the more productive you become. Health is the foundation of everything else in your life. Without it, you can't achieve your goals, build relationships, or create a fulfilling life. It doesn't matter how busy you are, your health must come first. If you don't take care of your body, it won't take care of you. And the longer you wait to make health a priority, the harder it becomes. So don't wait. Start taking small, manageable steps today to improve your health. Begin with the basics. Start by drinking more water. Water is essential for your body's functions. It keeps you hydrated, helps with digestion, and keeps your energy levels up. If you're feeling sluggish or fatigued, the first thing you should check is your water intake. Are you drinking enough? Start making water a priority and watch how much better you feel. Next, look at your diet. You don't need to go on a strict, restrictive diet to be healthy, but you do need to make smarter choices. Start by cutting out processed foods and adding more whole, nutritious foods to your meals. Fresh fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains, these are the building blocks of a healthy diet. Don't deprive yourself, but make sure that the majority of your meals are filled with foods that nourish your body and fuel your energy. Exercise is also a critical part of maintaining good health. You don't have to spend hours at the gym to stay fit. Find something you enjoy, whether it's walking, running, yoga, or weightlifting, and make it a regular part of your routine. Just 30 minutes of physical activity each day can make a huge difference in how you feel. It boosts your mood, increases your energy, and strengthens your body. The key is consistency. Make it a habit, not just something you do when you have time. Prioritize your physical health and your life will improve in ways you never imagined. Sleep is another crucial component of good health. Without enough sleep, you won't be able to think clearly, focus, or make the best decisions. Your body needs rest to repair itself and restore its energy. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. It might mean setting a consistent bedtime or turning off screens an hour before you sleep, but your body will thank you in the long run. When you're well rested, everything becomes easier. You'll have more energy to take on your day, more clarity in your thinking, and more focus in your work. Taking care of your health isn't a one-time thing, it's a lifelong commitment. The better you feel, the more you'll be able to accomplish. When your body is in optimal condition, you'll be able to work harder, think clearer, be more productive. Your health is the foundation of everything you want to achieve, so don't neglect it. Make it a priority and watch how everything else in your life begins to fall into place. When you feel good physically, you're in a better position to succeed in every area of your life. Step 9, practice gratitude every day. Gratitude. It's a small word, but it carries immense power. Every day you have the ability to change your outlook on life simply by practicing gratitude. The truth is, we often focus on what we don't have, what we're missing, what's not going right, what's still out of reach. But here's the game changer: gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have. It's a mindset shift that can transform your life from the inside out. We live in a world that constantly pushes us to do more, have more, achieve more. And while ambition is important, it can often leave us feeling like we're never enough, like we're constantly chasing something just out of reach. But when you take a moment each day to be grateful, you begin to see that you already have so much. Gratitude opens your eyes to the abundance that surrounds you, whether it's your family, your health, your opportunities, or even the little things in life that we often overlook. Start by simply pausing. Every single day, take time, whether it's in the morning, before bed, or during a quiet moment in your day, to reflect on what you're thankful for. It doesn't need to be anything grand or life-changing. It can be something as simple as the warmth of the sun on your face, a kind word from a friend, or the satisfaction of a good meal. The goal is to train your mind to look for the good, to notice the blessings, and to appreciate the present moment. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, to constantly feel like you're running out of time chasing after the next goal or achievement. But when you practice gratitude, you slow down and bring your focus to the here and now. You realize that even in the middle of chaos or struggle, there's still something to be thankful for. Gratitude doesn't just make you feel better, it rewires your brain to see the world through a lens of abundance, not scarcity. There's a direct connection between gratitude and happiness. Studies have shown that people who regularly practice gratitude are generally happier, healthier, and more resilient. When you focus on what you have instead of what you don't have, you invite more positivity into your life. You stop measuring your worth by your material possessions or external accomplishments. Instead, you measure your life by the richness of the experiences, relationships, and moments you've already had. But don't just think about gratitude, feel it. When you take a moment to reflect on something you're grateful for, let it fill you up. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the warmth of gratitude spread through you. This isn't just about going through the motions or checking something off your to-do list. It's about cultivating a genuine sense of appreciation. The more you practice gratitude, the more you'll notice the good around you. One powerful way to deepen your gratitude practice is by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be profound or life-altering, they just have to be real. You could be thankful for a good conversation, a beautiful walk in nature, or even just the fact that you woke up this morning. Over time, you'll build a collection of moments, big and small, that remind you of all the reasons you have to be grateful. The beauty of gratitude is that the more you practice it, the more it expands. As you start to focus on what's good in your life, you start to attract more good things. You become more mindful of the blessings that come your way, and you learn to see the world with a sense of wonder and appreciation. Gratitude doesn't just change your attitude, it changes your entire perspective on life. But here's the kicker: gratitude doesn't require you to wait for perfect circumstances. You don't have to wait until you've achieved all your goals, have everything you want, or are in a better mood to practice it. In fact, the best time to practice gratitude is when things aren't going perfectly. When life is challenging, when you feel overwhelmed or frustrated, that's when gratitude has the most power. It's easy to be grateful when everything is going well. But when you can be grateful during tough times, that's when you unlock the full potential of this practice. Gratitude is a choice. It's a habit that you can develop with intention. And the more you choose gratitude, the more it becomes a part of who you are. It transforms your mindset, your attitude, and your life. So make gratitude a daily practice. Start each day by acknowledging something you're thankful for, and finish your day by reflecting on all the blessings you experienced. You'll be amazed at how much better you feel and how much more abundant your life becomes. Step 10, take action and be consistent. You can have the best goals, the clearest vision, and the most brilliant ideas, but none of it matters unless you take action. Action is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Without action, everything you want to achieve remains a distant hope, a mere thought in your mind. It's easy to get excited about a new idea, to talk about it with enthusiasm, and to imagine how amazing it will be when it happens. But the truth is, nothing will happen unless you do something about it. Taking action is the single most important thing you can do to make your dreams a reality. The key to taking action is consistency. It's not about making one big leap and hoping it works out. Success doesn't come from one giant move, it comes from small, consistent actions over time. Think of it like building a house. You don't build a house and one day you lay one brick at a time. Each brick is small, but over time they add up to something big. The same is true with your goals. Every small action you take gets you closer to the life you want. The biggest mistake people make is thinking that they need to wait for the perfect moment to start. They think they need more time, more money, more knowledge, or a better plan. But the truth is, the perfect moment never comes. There's no such thing as the perfect time to start. The perfect time to start is now. Whatever you're waiting for, stop waiting. Start today with what you have, where you are. You don't need to wait for all the conditions to align before you take action. You just need to start. Even if your first step isn't perfect, it's still progress. And progress is what matters. Action doesn't need to be flawless, it just needs to be consistent. Every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. The important thing is to keep moving forward. The most successful people aren't the ones who had everything figured out from the start. They're the ones who kept going, no matter how many obstacles they faced, no matter how many setbacks they encountered. They kept taking action day after day. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't happen immediately. But success is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes persistence. But as long as you're taking action, you're moving in the right direction. The moment you stop taking action is the moment you stop moving forward. So make a commitment to yourself, no matter what, you will take action every day. Remember, your goals aren't going to achieve themselves. Your dreams won't come to life just by wishing for them. It's up to you to make them happen. So get moving. Do something today, no matter how small, to bring you closer to your goals. The more consistent you are, the faster you'll see results. And before you know it, the small actions you've taken will add up to something big. So take action. Be consistent. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. And remember, success is a series of small steps taken consistently over time. The key is to never stop moving forward. Keep taking action and you'll be amazed at the results. So there you have it, minus 10 simple steps to transform your life. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Small, consistent actions can lead to massive changes. It's up to you to take the first step. The power to create the life you want is in your hands.